Welcome to the Realty Hack Podcast, where we talk about damn good tips for leveling up your top performing real estate team or brokerage. Today's topic is about goal setting for real estate agents. My name is Ryan Rodenbeck, broker owner of Spyglass Realty.
And I'm Kelly, the Director of Marketing here at Spyglass Realty. We also have our office manager, Sunny Tracy, on this podcast today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I thought this would be a really good exercise to have Sunny on because we are doing our yearly business development / goal setting with the agents. And we've been doing this for years. And I think we finally got it right this time, right, Sunny?
I agree. When COVID hit and we all thought, oh, we can't have all these in-person meetings, the one-on-one Zoom meetings with people, I think, have been super helpful and a really good way to approach.
Yeah, so to give it a history, and the reason I say we got it right this time, I think the last year was pretty good, but we've refined our process. A few years ago, we had a goal setting sheet that we would do with the agents once a year, and we'd have them all in a room and we'd fill them out, and it was really kind of confusing. And then we would actually not really ever go back to check that. We just kind of, see what would happen. Last year it evolved because we would do the exercise. Sunny made a really good spreadsheet. And the way that works is you put your production from last year. Well, you tell them about the spreadsheet, Sunny.
Yeah, it was kind of just a spreadsheet version of something we kind of had on paper that helped the agents calculate backwards from what they wanted their production to be, or if their production number was going to be this is what they would have to do to achieve that. So based on if they did 5 million this year and they worked this many hours and they did this many deals, to do 7 million the next year, they would have to, at X amount sales average sales price, they would need to go on this many appointments if this percentage of buyers and sellers close, and that adds up to this many appointments a month. And
yeah, so in other words, if you're planning on doing 10 buyer appointments and 10 seller appointments, and your percentage of buyers that actually make it to closing is 75, then it calculates you need to make, you need to have 13 buyer appointments per month. And so it kind of accounts for what the buyers and sellers that you actually have appointments with that don't come to fruition. The other thing that we have done that has been different this year is we start with asking the question of what would the one thing you could do with money that would be achieved by increasing your sales volume and accomplishing your goals. And that's been really good. I mean, there's the common themes are, more vacation, buy rental property, things along those lines.
We have the bossy, usually from there, we go into and all of this is sent to the agents before our meeting. So we put together a really succinct checklist because what we found is agents don't like to do homework. And so you have to make it as easy for them as possible. You can't make it difficult or unintuitive for them because they'll get distracted and uninterested. So we made a really brief checklist for them saying, okay, click here and do this. Tell us what your one thing is that you would do with the money for more production. And then click here and take this quiz. And it was a quiz about, are you a good boss? And then from there, it asks some questions. And it was really just more of like a get your wheels turning exercise.
The point of this is, and I'll read out a couple of ones. You rank from 1 to 10. I have sales goals and I track them. I get the most important things done every day. I have minimized distractions. I maintain a full-time schedule. I'm busy with the right things. And there's there's 20 questions. Would I hire me, right? What we found is everyone is in the mid 6s. It's just almost uniform. And the goal of this is to get you thinking about the things that you want to do in your business over the next year that you could approve on. And I think
Mhm.
having that here really sets us up for the next part of our business development, which is, what are 3 high-level objectives that
Mhm.
you would like to accomplish this year that would help you achieve your goal? Okay,
What?
so like as an example, we objective breakdown one was contact consistency system. Okay, and then we have 3 questions with that. What will you need to do? What do you need to do to meet this objective? What can others do to help you meet this objective? How can you measure progress on this? Uh, and when to measure? And then finally, what does your business look like once you accomplish this? So as an example, we had John Crow in today, and his objective was client contact consistency. This is the theme all throughout, right? People want to induce referrals. So one thing I think we've learned about this is like we pick up things from our agents and bring them to the other agents, right? And we're just coaching them through. The question was, what will you need to meet this objective? Our advice was to break down your clients, your past clients, into 2 different categories, an A and B category. The A are the past clients that have referred business, and the B are the past clients that have not referred business. The advice was to set up a gift giving schedule that for the A's. Okay, like what are examples of that?
Oh, just, pop by gifts and, dropping off little, pies at Thanksgiving and
Yeah.
Halloween treats and different things. But I think I'm really excited for later in the year for this to kind of come to fruition,
Yeah.
and have, when the agents are coming to us with ideas and what we like to call in our accountability group micro commitments, we can say that's a great activity. Now, is it achieving one of the 3 high level goals that we talked about? Is it,
Right.
what objective is this serving? So they can make sure that they've always got things going on that are getting them towards their goals.
Yeah, and so what we try to set this up for is we have accountability groups all throughout the year, right? They're 6 weeks at a time. Agents come in, they pick 3 micro commitments, things that move the needle just a little bit to affect your business. And you pick a different partner every week, and then you're accountable to that partner. What we found is we're always looking for, when we're doing these developments, is like, what are the things that you say you're going to do and then you don't actually do it, right? So as an example, we'll have times where we actually look at this stuff and then it will go nowhere. Well, what we've done is Sunny and I do quarterly meetings with the agents to review this stuff. The accountability groups are actually setting up tasks. A common example of what someone wants to do in an accountability group is that I'm going to make 60 calls this week. I'm going to hold 2 open houses this weekend. I'm going to write 10 handwritten cards. Well, here, if like John's objective is to set up a system, the first system would be, first week in an accountability group would be, I'm going to categorize my database, my A and B clients. Second one is, as I'm going through this, the other thing I was saying about the A and B, A's are pop buys and then cards. So we have a system where you can plug in your clients and all of a sudden, every month they get a different card. You don't even have to think about it. But with every system, it has to be set up. There's work behind it. We have all kinds of automated tools for our agents. But in order for them to work, the agents have to do the work. So a good example of the first 2 weeks in an accountability group would be week 1, I'm going to go through my A list, A and B, categorize A and B list clients. Week 2, I'm going to make a content calendar where every 2 months I drop off a gift to my clients. Week 3, I'm going to take everyone in the B list, which is a larger list, upload them into our system that sends out cards so that I don't have to even think about them getting a anniversary card of when they bought the home, a birthday card, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, things along those lines. Sunny had to leave, but Kelly's here right now. Do you have any questions about this process, Kelly?
I think you answered everything that I would have had asked you anyway, but I would say now that you're going through all of our agents one by one, doing all of these things, how do you plan on tackling the next steps? In other words, what are the next steps for this?
Well, one of the things that we found, and one of the benefits from this, is that there's a several common themes for objectives. And so what we're always looking for is ways that we can help our agents. For instance, one of the common themes is time blocking and being consistent with your database. We give them advice on that. Turn off all your distractions, put it in your calendar, do your do not disturb, and really, be in your CRM. But we're also going to get someone to come in and give us a class on time blocking. Another one is social media. We do a lot of social media here, but people also want to step it up. So we're going to have, last month we had an expert that talked about one of our agents, Cindy Garcia. Cindy Explores Austin on Instagram, and she's got 9,000 followers. So she gave a presentation on the top 5 things an agents can do to grow their business and generate business from Instagram. But we're going to have a video consultant that I plan on talking to in about 15 minutes. We're always looking for opportunities for growth, but we don't really know what the people want until we interview them. And I think the best part of how we've done it this year is that we're doing it one-on-one, or actually 2-on-1, if you be more technical. So the last week we had 5 agents. This week we have like 7 agents. We got to go through 41 agents, and it's very valuable. But having a process in place so that you not only can figure out what your goals are, but how to achieve those goals, meaning, what are the 3 things that are going to move that needle, right? You can't just say, oh, I'm going to get, I'm going to go from 4 million to 7 million. Well, how are you going to do that? Are you going to tap into your sphere? Are you going to do more open houses? Are you going to take more leads? You really need to know that. And that's what these objectives are for. Social media, right? So I'm really proud of the work that John McCarthy and Sunny Tracy put together in this latest revision of our yearly goals, and really excited to see the results later in the year. If you have questions about this, feel free to email marketing@spyglassrealty.com. Check me out. We put lots of tips on my Instagram, which is @RealtyHack. We also have @Spyglass Realty.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Sunny, for being here, even though she's not here anymore.
She had to go. She's got work to do.
She does.
All right. Have a good one.